With OTAs and NFL offseason workouts in full swing, we are joined by a former NFL running back who's gone through the grind and is now using his experience to help future generations find success on and off the field. That's what's up on Sports Talk tonight. Let's go.
From WJLA 24/7 News, this is Toyota Sports Talk.
Welcome, DC. I'm Chip Brierre. The Washington Redskins' first round of OTAs are in the books. Everywhere else, the NFL workouts continue. Now we follow the stars and wonder what they're doing, whether they're going to be there or not. They are voluntary, after all. How the team is going to do, all that kind of stuff. But do you ever wonder what some players are doing who just want to make the roster and make a career in the NFL during and after? That's what we've got for you tonight. My guest comes from Game 7 Character Builders in Bowie, Maryland. Right now, let me introduce you to Kendall Gaskins, who played for the Buffalo Bills, the New York Giants, and the San Francisco 49ers. 5-year career, as I understand it?
About 4.5.
4.5, 5 years? Yeah. Yes, so he's here with us. And I followed your career forever because you're University of Miami, I almost said Miami, University of Richmond graduate.
Of course.
You went to Woodbury Forest High School, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours southwest of Washington, D.C. And
correct.
You chased the NFL dream, and you made it. And you had to jump around from a couple other teams. You had to fight for your spot. Talking about the NFL, what of that experience really sticks with you nowadays, now that you're not in the league anymore? You're still part of the fraternity, but you're away from the game.
Yeah, well, appreciate you having me on here. But the biggest thing I would say was, getting that experience and seeing all the different players and how they come from everywhere and just seeing everyone's journey. Grinding with lots of people, all with one common goal. But the biggest thing was just being around some of the Hall of Fame guys and be like, whoa, like this person is special. So when I got to San Fran, like Frank Gore was the running back there, and Frank Gore is still playing now.
I know.
And it was just
amazing to think.
It was amazing to see the process that he did every single day, and it had like an effect on us as a running back group because we started noticing that before every practice, he would do footwork drills. 2 weeks later, one running back good out there. Another week, another. Then by mid-season, every running back was out there doing, his footwork drills with them just because that's like what a Hall of Fame type player kind of did.
Now, through all of those experiences, you now are away from the game, but you've built something in Bowie, Maryland now. You had a year off where you went to Grand Blanc High School in Michigan. Coached with your former head coach at high school, Clinton Alexander. He taught you a lot. We talked before yesterday about those experiences, and now you've made Game 7 Character Builders in Bowie, Maryland. Tell us a little bit about it. Yeah,
so Game 7 is goals and ambition mean everything. So I started it, well, I didn't start it. My cousin Malcolm Evans is the founder of it, also with my friend Justin Sinclair. So what we want to do is, help have people create success, mindset, growth. So it's 3 components. We do growth first fixed mindset, financial literacy, and holistic health, mental and physical health. We realize, we all have, some background in education, so we want to realize that, the school system hasn't really progressed in years. You see a lot of systems that progress. In the schools, they kind of still teach you the same thing. We want to integrate some things that helped us, and we want to be mentors towards, younger people of the generation, not just to athletes, but everyone to be successful because, we want everyone to, create something that's bigger than them and really get it going here because we know life is always bigger than us.
Absolutely. We're going to open it up to the phone lines if you want to join us, 703-387-1020. If you want to ask Kendall Gaskins and members of the Game 7 Character Builders group who are here with us tonight, any questions about it all. And what I found fascinating about it is not only just the education in the classroom and the education on the field, but also financial education, because a lot of kids who want to be athletes don't understand from the word go that it's not just being out there and trying to be the best of the playbook, best on the field. You really have to make calculated decisions. Why did you want to make that such a pillar of this foundation for Game 7?
Of course. Well, I went through it some of myself. Not being brought up and learning that things, you make lots of mistakes. So along the way, when you make mistakes, you want to tell other people about the mistakes that you made so they won't go through the same thing. So it's that part of just being a human and sharing your experiences so other people don't have to go through that struggle, but knowing that struggle is something that we are going to have to go through at one point of our lives as human. But we want to make the the transition a little bit easier, because that's something that we want to break that generational pattern that a lot of people go through.
When you entered the NFL, what would you tell yourself now that you have all this experience from what you've learned and what you're preaching to these young kids about going into the NFL, pursuing a professional career in athletics?
Don't worry about what other people think about you. Be yourself at all times. Figure out who you want to be as a person, as a man. One thing I did when I first got in the league, I was excited to be there. I didn't really take full advantage. I worked really hard, but I didn't really dive into it as I should have. So I was worried about what everybody was thinking. I was worried about all the things that were surrounding me. So I wasn't mentally strong enough because, when you get into that league, it's a bunch of intention,
right.
So many things pulling at you. And, I wasn't really as focused as I needed to be. So for people that are trying to enter that, realm and that field, just know it's real. It's a business. Sometimes you feel like you made a team or something like that, but numbers game happen, and you got to realize it's not personal. And instead of taking it personal, you just got to go through adversity and fight through it. It's just like the game of life.
We just had a couple of your highlights up on the screen while you were telling us about that. And anytime you see yourself on the NFL football field, do you ever still pinch yourself a little bit that you made it there? Because I can only imagine me just standing on the sideline as a reporter, but you actually got to play in the NFL.
Yeah, of course. I actually had a dream last night. It's funny that it happened. I had a dream like that last night. I woke up and I told my girlfriend, I was like, I had a dream that I was playing and I missed it. I woke up, my back was sweating. It's just that rush. I've been playing the game. I was playing the game since I was 9, and to reach the highest pinnacle and level that I could reach, that's something that I will always live with for the rest of my life. I'm part of that fraternity. And I'm proud to say I met some great men along the way.
We actually have a caller on with us now. Wilton from Indian Head is with us. How are you doing tonight, Wilton?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. Walton, I got it wrong. I apologize, Walton. What do you have to say for our friend Kendall Gaskins? What have you got for us?
I just tell him that the family in Southern Maryland, the Evans and Burroughs family, love him to death, and the Gaskins family, his Uncle Buster spent the weekend down here with us a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, all right.
And he's 94 years old. So
how about that?
That's dope. I actually haven't seen my Uncle Buster in a while, so shout out Uncle Buster, and appreciate you for calling in, man.
Yes, we're from Indian Head. You remember Goldie Evans?
You remember that?
I do not.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, we was in Philly. Your Woody, your grandfather,
R.I.P.
Jan, and Erica is my goddaughter.
Oh yeah. Now
yes.
I do. Okay, yeah, Dorothy.
Yes.
Yeah. No, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, appreciate the call, Walton. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
man,
Live Television.
So proud of you. Thank God, man. Bless you.
Thank you. Bless you as well, man. Thank you, Walton.
That's fantastic stuff, man. That's the beauty of live television, friend.
That is awesome.
We just had you through your crash course in your first segment. You
Yeah,
feeling pretty good?
I'm feeling great.
Hey, man, it's no different than being on the gridiron.
Not at all.
It's all the spotlight.
Yes, it is.
Kendall Gaskins here with us from Game 7 Character Builders. We're going to meet the rest of his staff after this break on Toyota Sports Talk. Hit those phone lines. We're still taking callers. 703-387-1020. Stay with us. Welcome back to Toyota Sports Talk. Here you go, Game 7 Character Builders. We have guests from the organization here, and this is what their game day playbook looks like. Game day experience, culture transformation programs, Game 7 OTA programs. You see the number there in that super 202-505-2427 for more information. And if you want to call us right now to talk with members of Game 7 Character Builders, just call us right now, 703-387-1020. There's some of the swag right there. Look at it. It looks good.
Nice.
It's almost like our director just framed it perfectly.
Yeah,
We got Kendall Gaskin still here with us. We also have Malcolm Evans and Justin Sinclair, who are also figureheads and Game 7 character builders. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on Toyota Sports Talk. How's it been so far?
Oh, it's good, man. Well, as he said, I'm Malcolm, and I'm actually the founder of Game 7. And it's kind of amazing that we're sitting here today because all of this happened so fast. We've been working for years and years and years. I'm a teacher in D.C. Shout out Stuart Hobson.
There you go.
Jess is also an administrator in D.C. And as a teacher, I'm a math teacher. And every day I find myself more and more having to teach life so that I can teach math first.
Yes.
I had a lot of frustrating days, and my students always said that I should stop teaching and be a social worker and a motivational speaker. And I never really thought of it too much. But last December, we went to Justin's house, and he gave us a conversation about us doing well but not meeting our potential. So I took that, and I always had a passion for helping people, but I always put other people before myself. So I kind of found a way for us to help ourselves while also helping other people.
Yeah, and here we are. You got Game 7
good.
here, and it's going really well. I mean, Kendall's talked a lot about it, off air with me, and I've just been wanting to pick your brains about why this particular avenue to go down in terms of helping these younger generations figure out who they want to be off the field and on the field, and perhaps what they want to plan for financially in the future.
So I offer one of the great things. All of us are former athletes. We've all played at least at the collegiate level, and there's a lot of skills and things that you learn about as you go throughout life, and you realize that they're relevant to be able to be successful in life as well. And if you analyze a lot of your past experiences, you can utilize them not just on the field, but also in your professional life as well. Being resilient, having a growth mindset. You had a conversation with Kendall before about finances and having awareness of what financial literacy is. And we've just noticed that generations that are coming up are a lot more interested and motivated to learn these things as opposed to the traditional set of subjects and curriculum that's offered in school. So it's an opportunity not for us to not at all bash what's going on in school. We're educators as well. We benefited from it, but just to offer something that's a supplement and give students, more of a tangible skill set so that they can pursue their own personal dreams and ambitions off the field and outside of the classroom as well.
I love how you described that. It's like building on top of what they're getting with the rudimentary curriculum in school, and yet you're just adding on of, look, if you want a little bit more, kids nowadays especially seem to be eating up information.
Yes.
I mean, you have the internet, but you can't replace personal experiences. I think that's where you guys really shine.
Yes. And then I like to add, this isn't about students. This is about people.
Okay.
We also learned that there's a tremendous gap, especially in the public education field, between the students in the schools, parents in the schools, and parents and students. So this is about people. I just want to make that clear. And especially now in America, people are having very hard times. A lot of people are living and suffering every day, even successful people, primarily because of the things that we're not taught. Self-care, health, mindset, money. I'm a math teacher. I didn't know much about money until I started really I've known Justin for forever, but until we started having intentional conversations. So I just wanted to make it clear that it's not just about students, because you're always a student.
Right.
It's not just
very
school.
good, very good, very well said. I didn't think of it like that. You guys are making me learn a thing or two on the set right now.
We gotta do.
So Kendall, what is it that drew you to these two men in joining their cause of educating these young people or people in general?
Of course. Well, we're all natives of New Jersey. Malcolm is actually my cousin. They went to the Petty School in New Jersey. We are all part of color New Jersey Seeds. It's similar to like a Better Chance or something like KIP DC, but it was from New Jersey. So that's how I met Justin through Malcolm. And ever since then, we all went through our journeys, education. I went through obviously a different journey than them. This past summer, I've moved to the area. They presented the opportunity, and we said we got to do it. It's two people I trust, two strong figures in my life. I'm the youngest one. They old heads.
They don't look that old.
Yeah. So I'm the youngest one, so I'm like the little brother of the group, and we just realized like especially with the platform of me playing in the NFL and the instant credibility that, you know, some of these younger people or just people in general, well, like you said, life is about personal experiences. And, you know, we realize we got something that we can give to everyone. And, you know, it doesn't matter the race, the culture, or where you come from. Everyone can benefit from experiences and learn about something that you haven't learned before.
And the stories, too. I feel like those are the best points of connection for anybody, and for you three specifically. I mean, you all have unique stories, and what stories in particular really jumped off the page for the three of you? Because you all are bringing these talents together, but there's always something that's going to surprise the other. Has there ever been that moment for any of you, for the three?
I would say sometimes we have meetings all the time, or where we, you know, come together and share ideas. So sometimes I'll just talk about the experience of when I was playing, and I'll look at them, and I don't even think I've ever told them this, but when they look at me, they're just so wide-eyed because they never really have that experience about being in a locker room, being with that kind of player, just like a you know, the Class A star, and just stories like that. And then also they have their masters and other educational you know, feats that I don't have. So hearing about the grind of them doing things like that, it's just like, I know something. I want to get my master's. I haven't got it, and they told me to kind of be patient about that. But, you know, it's just things like that. They can speak on that as well.
Yeah, so it's just been we do have to go to break, but I do want to say it's just been a huge success so far, and everything's been going great. Yeah?
It's going.
Excellent. You guys can check them out on social media. We're going to have them back on for the final block of the show. Don't worry, they're not going far. But we do have to take a break, as I mentioned. Now, I have a surprise for Kendall Gaskins, because I mentioned his high school. We went to high school together.
Yes, we did.
You're not going to want to miss this part on the Toyota Sports Talk. Keep it locked. Welcome back to Sports Talk. Chip Brierre alongside Kendall Gaskins, former NFL running back who played with the Bills, the Giants, and the 49ers, a member of Game 7 character builders out of Bowie, Maryland. Now, I said before the break, got a little surprise for you. Kendall and I both went to high school, Woodbury Forest School, and now you're thinking, what have I got up my sleeve? Go to the video, Keith. Show him what we've got. You remember this?
Oh, yes, Landon
2009, friend, Landon School. Remember this game?
Yes, I do.
My goodness. Guess who shot this video?
You shot that?
I shot this.
Wow, I never knew that.
That's why we don't have to courtesy it. Look at this trip down memory lane. Is that LK good?
Yes, that is.
That's right. You scored 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yes, that's actually a cool story about that. We were kind of losing that game, and Coach Alexander told me, hey, like, your mom, this is your first time your mom ever came to a high school game.
Was that really the case?
It was, because that was in Maryland.
Because I remember I saw your mom there, and I didn't think anything of it, but that was the first time your mom saw you play football.
That was not football, but in high school.
In high school, yeah.
Yeah, so, because I'm from Jersey, so that was about 4 hours. And it was in Maryland, so it was a little bit closer, so that was the first time she came. That's all she had to say. That's all Coach Alexander had to say, and then you see I was kind of dragging the guy like Little Giant style. So
yeah, that was a great game. That was the first time we'd gone to D.C., I think. That was against St. Christopher's. We got some Episcopal high school games. I think this is the EHS game.
Yeah, shout out EHS. You know, y'all got a good rivalry, but we would trash y'all, just like this clip right
That's
here.
right, that's right.
Cool.
Yep.
It's cool. Like, one thing I always do when I watch clips, I can always remember exactly
it's
like
crazy,
that
right?
moment.
Yeah. When I was looking for this
video,
video, it just shocked me how it all came flooding back from that season. So I was a junior. You were a senior at Woodbury Forest. You were about to go into college. We made this clip for you so you can get to the University of Richmond. We'll go back to the video in a little bit, but just going back and thinking about 10 years from now, like you were going in to play college football. I was trying to figure out where I was going to go and do broadcasting. Look at us here. That's
world.
special stuff, man.
That's a small world right
When
there.
you see that and you think back to that time for you individually, no one cares about me. They want to hear what you have to say. But high school senior, playing private school Virginia Prep League football, did you think you'd make it this far, where you are now?
To be completely honest, no, because the funny story was my senior year, I didn't even want to play football. A lot of people don't even know this, but a select few of my friends, as well as my mom and Coach Alexander, like challenged me, and I did it, and I had the best season of my high school career, and then, you know, the rest of the story is history, so it's pretty dope. But I actually wanted to be a baseball player. I love baseball. But no, if you asked me 10 years ago what I want to be in the NFL, I would have been like, nah, I'm happy just swinging the bat, playing center field.
We had a couple players on that team who made it to the NFL. Ed Reynolds made it, didn't he?
Ed Reynolds, we were in the same backfield together. It was kind of cheating. So when I wasn't playing
you were power, he was speed.
Yeah, so when I wasn't playing tailback, I was playing fullback, and he was playing tail, but he played safety. We had a bunch of Armide went to UCLA. Duke Mosby, he was a D.C. native. Shout out Duke. He went to Wake Forest. We actually had a lot of guys. Danny Martinez, my roommate.
Yeah, I saw him in the clip. He was blocking for you.
Yeah, he was. He's a little fast dude. So it's pretty funny. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Trip down memory lane, bro. Go Tigers.
I hear that.
We got to take a break. Last segment of Sports Talk. After this, keep it locked. Just enough time for some final thoughts from Game 7 character builders. Malcolm, Justin, anything else you'd like to add before we send it off into the night?
Well, I'd like to leave you with to find a strong circle of friends and push each other. The part that Kendall left out, when he was in high school, I used to beg him to go to the gym. He would not go to the gym. When he wanted to play baseball, I did not let him quit football. We're here today because Justin gave us a speech about underperforming, and then I started Game 7. He said, no, Malcolm, you should sell a product. I said, no, this is where my heart is. And I hit Kendall. I said, Kendall, you're underperforming, right? We all need to pick it up. Yeah. And just in a matter of 5 months, here we are.
Here we are. So, you got 15 seconds, Justice. What you got?
For me, everything is literally about intrinsic motivation. You have to have a really, really big reason why you do every single thing that you do, because we will never feel like doing what we have to do at all times. And that's a part of your character. You can build it if you don't have it naturally. And if you don't have it naturally, ensure that you have individuals around you that can help build it in you. And that's why we're here and we've created Game 7, to be able to offer that to others.
Punctual, informative, and to the point. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. Justin Sinclair, Malcolm Evans, Kendall Gaskins, Game 7 character builders. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will see you after the weekend here on Sports Talk. Deuces, DC.